Deshaun, Marquand, Ebony, Barlicia, Destin, Lamonte, Mizell. What comes to mind when you hear these names? Uniqueness, individuality, or ghetto black names. A name is the first thing a person will own. For many, their name is a gift. However, for Black Americans who do not have traditional names, their gift can be perceived as a curse. Black sounding names in America are extremely stereotyped, which results in real experiences of racial discrimination and racial trauma. For instance, in a 2004 study authored by Fryer and Levitt, found that when presented with the same resume that has different names, Black sounding names and white sounding names were downloaded 3 times more often than Black sounding names. Similarly, this bias was found within the school system. In a 2008 study authored by Anderson Clark et al., found that teachers have more negative expectations for students with Black sounding names than white sounding names. Unfortunately, Black names are seen as ghetto or unpronounceable. Research contributes these negative attitudes towards Black names to the dominant culture's racist views, stereotypes, and biases towards Black individuals. Historically, the removal of a Black person's name has been an act of violence and a form of psychological warfare on the Black psyche. European colonizers intentionally changed the names of enslaved Black people to disconnect them from their collective memories, cultures, and identities. These negative ideas surrounding Black name is no accident, but it's a manifestation of the racist history in America. So what does this mean for my research? I aim to understand the experiences of Black people who have Black sounding names as it relates to anti-Black racism, identity development, cultural and racial pride, and uniqueness and individuality as a form of resilience. My goal is to move research about Black names away from a deficit-based perspective and empirically investigate the benefits of yielding a Black name. During my studies, I have not found any empirical studies that include the voices of Black people who actually have Black names. Thus, this study is one of a kind. Traditionally, research surrounding Black names emphasized African names, such as Chisom, Osada, and Ololade, as opposed to Black American names. While those names are beautiful and often discriminated against as well, I'd argue that the origin of the discrimination is different. African American names are perceived as ghetto and ratchet, whereas African names are perceived as cultural and ethnic. This line of research is extremely important because it will give us insight into the unique perspectives of Black people who yield Black names. In closing, Black names are beautiful, cultural, and original. I'd ask you additionally, would Beyonce still be Beyonce if her name was Sarah Grace? Would LeBron be LeBron if his name was Bob Henry? I'd hypothesize that the uniqueness of their name is a factor that helped them facilitate their greatness.